How's it been so far?
It's been amazing. Really a true blessing, and excited to be here just with great players, great staff members. Coach Vegan is top of the line. So excited to be here and extremely grateful.
What made you most want to become a Bobcat and be a coach here?
I mean, there's so many different reasons. I think just the great tradition here over the last couple of years, the success of winning and championship mindset. That's something that I wanted to be a part of, being around like-minded people. And I know that's the expectation every year. And I want to be somewhere where football is important and winning's important. And if it's not, it's probably not the best job in the world. So I like that pressure. I think it's good. I think it gets the best out of us. And um, just great group of guys I've heard, and so I'm excited to get to work with them.
What did the process look like kind of landing here and the quick turnaround it must have been?
Yeah, so we got done with our season, got to go to a bowl game and new staff change in Fresno, and I wish the best of luck to Fresno. It's my alma mater, so always love for them. But this opportunity kind of came about. Coach Vegan reached out, and I got to meet with him a little bit and go through the whole interview process, and then he gave me a call a little bit later, and I was ready to go, and it was one of those deals. All right, I'll see you this weekend. So hop straight up and get ready to go. Went through the process. It was great.
How do you think the time at Fresno?
Yeah. So I played in Fresno first, and then I became a graduate assistant. I was under a lot of really, really good coaches. I think that's something that I can kind of hang my hat on, as I've been around a lot of really great coaches like Jeff Tedford, like Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb, Kirby Moore, Saga Tuatele, Coach Brian Armstrong, who's probably had one of the biggest influences on me, knowing about this place, understanding the traditions, and honestly kind of landing here as well. So I've been around a lot of great-minded coaches, individuals that I've been able to kind of pick and choose certain things that I really like and certain things I think I might be able to do better. So I think I got a really good background that comes to me. I am on the younger side. I know that's okay to me. I got a lot of energy, a lot of passion, and I think I've played pretty recently, so I know what it takes to be out there, play at a high level, and I think I can articulate that well to the guys to go have them be successful on the field.
Anything specific that Brian told you kind of about this place to prepare you or anything?
I mean, just one. I mean, first thing is you better beat the Grizz. I know that. That was number one. You can do whatever you need, but got to beat the Grizz. But two, just the tradition and the people. How important it is to the community, to the program, to those guys. I mean, playing at Montana State is something special. It's not something to be taken lightly, and reminds me of how I felt playing at my old school. So I'm just excited to be around people that genuinely want to be here, that care about the success of this program and want to leave a legacy for future Bobcats. I think that's kind of one of the biggest things that he kind of gave off to me. But definitely beat the Grizz. So I know that.
I know there was some turnover this offseason. What early impressions of the group you inherited?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm super excited today to get on the field. I think I've had about 2 sessions to kind of work with them on the field. And so finally to get more time to get going. There's going to be some different techniques and things like that. But, we got a really strong core of guys that are coming back, which is good. But there's a lot of inexperience and youth in the position room. But this room has been successful, and we plan on keeping it that way. So I wouldn't say that, obviously Titan, JT, Burke, those guys that have played serious minutes. It's good to have those guys coming back. If I can lean on them for certain things with the room, but I'm really excited about those young guys that are now going to have all this spring and summer and fall camp to kind of prove what they got. And I told those guys the best 5 guys are going to play. So I don't care if you played 6 straight seasons or if you just got here in the fall, the best 5 guys are going to play. And I think they've kind of owned that. Good challenge for them, and I think they're excited and hungry.
I mean, you mentioned it, but the offensive line is like the backbone, I guess you could
Yeah.
say, of this program and DJM and all of that. So, what do you kind of know about that and fostering that culture as you now take over?
Absolutely. That was one of the other things that I learned about DJM, and I was fortunate enough to sit down with every player individually and talk about that. And that was something that's important to me, that I kind of took from my old school, just having a name for that group, and to find out they already had a name and it means something is special. And so we actually sat down and we talked about it, and I don't need to go into any details of what it means exactly, but we know what that means and what the standards and the expectations are. So when I'm watching film, we watch, practice tape, whatever it is, anything we do in the weight room, in the classroom, there's certain standard and expectation that we have to uphold and live by. And if we don't, well, then you see the success of the team go down. So we realize how important it is. I love that brotherhood. I mean, the best teams, the best offensive line units I've ever been a part of were the closest. And so I want to make sure that we're taking care of that as far as hanging out off the field. And I have that personal one-on-one relationship with those guys because if I'm going to be demanding as a coach, they got to know it's coming from the right direction. And so I'm excited to continue to improve upon that. I think we've had a pretty good start as far as relationship building. That's probably number one for me. But I love the DJM. I'm excited about what it means. And like I told them, I mean, this is a standard that we're not just setting for this year, but it's for those linemen that are coming years, to come. So excited about that.
As a former center, is it, anybody kind of stood out from that position so far for you?
You know what? With Cole being gone and Perk, I think that's probably the biggest thing we got to figure out this spring. I got a couple ideas in my head that we'll test out this spring and see how everything goes. But I think that probably is the biggest question mark is who's going to play center. But I do know that there's guys in that room that are going to be ready for the challenge and that are able to. We just got to find the best mix of guys. Those 5 guys are going to mesh the best and go score some touchdowns on Saturdays.
You and Cole went to the same high school.
Yeah.
Bosco guys who have come here. So have you, I guess, had any conversations or thought much about that connection?
Yeah, I think that's super cool. Cole was a lot younger than myself, so I don't know him on a real personal basis, but I know he's a great player. Obviously was successful here. And then Tyrell Thomas I ended up playing with. He was as well younger than me, but he ended up playing corner here. Got a couple mentions. You're in Bozeman. You're in my city now. So excited to continue that legacy. St. John Bosco is a great high school program, a lot of great athletes, and hopefully we'll get a couple more to come be Bobcats. So see how that goes.
And then being a walk-on in your career and succeeding, as you went on in your playing career, how much do you think that experience might help you in this job?
Yeah, I think in general, just being a walk-on, you got to have a little grit to you, a little toughness. It's not going to go your way all the time. Something that I try to do myself is just try to be as perfect as I can. You can never be perfect, but as best you can to make them give you an opportunity. And so that kind of created these habits that I do every single day to kind of separate myself or put me in position to be successful. And so I would say those qualities, those work ethic habits to make sure I got that opportunity will continue with me hopefully throughout my entire career. So I'm ready to work. I'm the newbie here. There's been a lot of success, so I'm not looking to derail that progress. I'm looking to continue to add on to that. And so definitely that work ethic and those qualities and just being ready to fight at all times, be able to fight adversity. I mean, it's not going to be perfect out there. Got to be able to adjust. And I think that's something that I learned as a walk-on. So.
How have you been meshing with the offensive staff as a whole and Coach Durbin?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Coach Durbick has had an illustrious career at his levels, and he's a great offensive coordinator. And so right now we're all still trying to get on the same page, and we'll find that out a little bit later today at day one. But I mean, we've been very successful here at Montana State, and so we're looking to continue to progress and add on. Probably going to look a little bit different without guys like Tommy and some of those guys, which is great. We'll learn and adapt, but I think our staff is doing a great job of trying to form a system that's going to work for us and for this team. And so I'm excited to kind of see what it looks like out at spring ball, and then we'll continue to adjust from there. But yeah, nothing but love for Coach Durbick and obviously Coach Vegan, his mind, and the rest of the staff. I'm really enjoying those guys. I think we're meshing pretty well.
You didn't overlap too much, but did you have any conversation with Matt Entz about their battles with North Dakota State and Montana State, or just the FCS level at all?
No, he had a lot of respect for Montana State. He knows how great of a program is here, but not a ton. It's kind of in that transition period. But yeah, I know he has a lot of respect, obviously, for the level of play, and he knows Montana State is really good football. So he was excited for that opportunity and very grateful for him for keeping me on when he did.